Greetings, villains, vigilantes, heroes, and heroines.
You're tuned in to Project Supervillain. We're your hosts. I'm Mark Drifter.
I'm Midnight White.
And today we're doing a review on 3 random games that we've discovered and want to share with you guys.
That's right. It's kind of a new format for us. We don't often do multiple reviews like this, but we're seeing how it's going to work out.
Yeah, we're kind of doing a test run of it, and we might do a few more in the future. We have a couple plans here, and I don't know if we're going to keep doing 3 or if we're going to drop to 2, whatever. We've got 3 for you today, and these are what they are.
That's right. Let's go.
Yet another exhausting day. In a world where QWOP exists, we didn't really need yet another exhausting day, but here it is. So, drop on the deck and flop like a fish until you reach the finish. Developed by Candleman Games, this rudimentary yet entertaining ragdoll simulator lets you experience the final moments of a stroke victim as they make for their life alert button. Okay, so that's not what this game's about, but that's what it feels like.
Yet another exhausting day traps you within what can only be described as a magical Disney fever dream with a side of Psychosis and Mario. With its garish, bloomy flair, glistening and glittering effects, and surreal level layouts, this game succeeds in making you feel as though you're exploring the depths of your consciousness that have been irreparably damaged by years of alcohol and drug abuse.
Being akin to other ragdoll sims like QWOP and I Am Bread, your goal will be to slide and spasm your customizable character through a seemingly simple gauntlet of abstract and diverse levels, each featuring a fresh batch of what the fuck?
Though it's a very incomplex game with an uncomplicated objective, its ridiculous movement controls in conjunction with the fashion in which your character convulses and shimmies about will most definitely create some moments that will leave you with eyes watering and kidney failure.
This game's a good laugh.
The end. Double Cross. The multiverse theory is a well-known one. Infinite universes, each different in some way. What if these universes could intersect? Would we ever know? Double Cross, a platformer developed by indie studio 13AM Games and published by Graffiti Games, explores that hypothesis.
If you're looking for quirky anime characters, addicting platforming gameplay, and a giant broccoli man, then you'd better double down on getting Double Cross, as it has everything your heart desires in a platformer. With its endearing anime style, charming and fascinating cast, fleshed out universe, and dialogue you can't help but be enamored with, this is one indie title that easily holds up against other major platformers of a similar vein. The attention to detail and the care in the craftsmanship shows, and Double Cross is undoubtedly a labor of love.
In Double Cross, you take on the role of Zara Sinclair, an agent of the Rift organization, charged with the protection and preservation of the multiverse. With a strong focus on fluid platforming, Double Cross provides the player with fluent and responsive controls to complement the expertly designed levels, each one providing unique challenges and testing your airborne maneuvering abilities. Zara, like other Rift agents, is equipped with a proton slinger, an energy-based grappling device which allows her to attach herself to certain points and propel herself forward. It can also be used to grab enemy projectiles out of mid-air and sling them back at your attackers, making it an excellent weapon in combination with Zara's hand-to-hand combat.
Though mainly a platformer, Double Cross incorporates elements of beat-em-up games into its formula, adding variety to the gameplay and expanding upon the challenges the game offers. On top of all of this, you will also be given access to several different powers, allowing you to either heal damage taken, repel enemies with an effective AoE attack, or launch a high damage energy sphere at your opponents, obliterating everything in its path. Over the course of the game, you will visit 3 different worlds, each containing multiple levels with their own enemies and obstacles for you to overcome, and populated by a cast of distinguishable characters. Whether they're to help you or hinder you, each is sure to make an impression on you. Since our first outing with the game, we've picked it back up again multiple times, and have almost made it through the game's first world, Gootopia. With such a strong beginning to a platforming epic, we're eager to see what awaits us further into Zara's adventure in the other 2 dimensions.
Double Cross has an element of quirk that separates it from games of parallel categories. It boasts a strong adventure serial style, and can remind you of many of the cartoons and animes that saturated the TV networks come Saturday morning. The platforming is addicting as can be, with an entertaining mechanic in the proton slinger that acts as a harbinger of fun. Every time it appears, there's a sense of joy relatable to the feeling of seeing mom come home with McDonald's for supper when you were a kid. It will bring great elation to you to be swinging about Double Cross's worlds. The characters you will meet are also guaranteed to entertain, parodying many sci-fi and anime tropes that succeed in charming you with some of the most amusing and ingenious dialogue we have ever seen in a game. To us, this kind of stuff makes a winning formula.
So overall, this game has a lot more pros than cons, and it could definitely use a little bit of work in the combat department, but it still serves its purpose. It doesn't take away from the game at all. It's still an awesome game.
Ah yes, the narrative is intriguing, as is its universe, and we can't wait to get back into slinging around the multiverse.
Police stories. Most films and games depict cops as loose cannons that tend to break the rules to accomplish their objectives. These tropes are nowhere to be found in Police Stories. A game developed by Mighty Morgan and published by Hype Train Digital, Police Stories takes you deep into the lethal and perilous occupation of two beat cops becoming entwined in the dangers of the criminal underworld.
By now, we've seen plenty of top-down shooters done in a similar style, from old Flash games like SAS Zombie Assault, for those of you who remember, up to more modern retro shooters like Hotline Miami. In parallel fashion, Police Stories is a challenging and tactical cooperative experience that satisfies an urge you didn't even know you had. Featuring gorgeously detailed 16-bit pixel art, intelligent and witty exchanges between characters, and skillful use of lighting and art direction, this game captures the essence of truly retro video games of years gone by.
If you're looking for a true tactical shooter where each scenario requires strategy and forethought, where each item you take can alter the outcomes, and split-second decisions will mean the difference between emerging victorious and mission failure, then this is a game you must play. As a police officer, it is your number one duty to protect and serve, and with that comes the responsibility of unlearning all your previous training from other games and not shooting instinctively. Only armed perps with guns drawn can be eliminated, as executing unarmed perps or civilians will result in point reductions that prevent you from progressing further in the game. With conditions such as this, it simulates what it could possibly be like to have to make such a choice in only moments between your life and another's. This is made all the more difficult by the fact that all of these enemies have the quickest and most accurate draw in the Wild Wild West.
Before your mission commences, you will be given a choice of weapons and gear. It would be wise to not be frivolous with your decisions, as each situation will require a different approach with different tools. Each item provides an alternate means of advancing, bestowing you with the necessary setup to complete your objectives. Flashbang grenades can blind enemies and stun them as you detain or eliminate them. Lockpicks can assist you in accessing areas secured by, a lock. Other high-tech gadgets such as the snake cam will allow you to peer under doors to observe enemies that would otherwise be unseen until breaching. This is in addition to med packs and a selection of police firearms.
And we forgot to mention that you can do all of this with a friend. Hey, get the fuck over here. Come on, you were supposed to be here already. Get the fucking rid of that. I don't give a shit. Take that. Take that. No, you hold it like a controller. You remember? Controller? Hold it. There you go. That's good. Don't fucking eat the controller!
Sandwich?
No! Plastic! Play. Don't fucking eat.
This game offers local and online multiplayer, and co-op is definitely the way this game is meant to be played. Having someone to body block bullets for you is especially useful in a game where one single bullet can be lethal. This element of the game makes for a gripping and stimulating tactical experience that is unlike many other games of this genre.
Unfortunately, there is one glaring flaw with this game. We hope it can be possibly remedied at some point, but it's the level progression system.
Yeah. While it certainly doesn't make the game unplayable, it does add an unnecessary level of repetitiveness and artificial padding to what otherwise would have been a hidden gem of a game.
But despite all of that, it still manages to scratch that itch for a formidable yet fun shooter that requires a little more thought and cooperation than most would.
We can definitely recommend giving this one a try.
Okay guys, so that was 3 games.
Whoa, that was 3 already? Holy man. Yeah, so that was 3 games, guys. We did it. We did it. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you have opinions on it, please let us know in the comments down below. Or hit that like button on whatever platform you're watching on. We really appreciate it, and it shows us that you enjoyed the video.
That's right. It supports us, and it supports our friends right here at Nest. So go ahead and do all that good stuff.
And stay tuned for more reviews. We'll be doing plenty more in the future.
Some like this with 3 games, sometimes maybe 2, sometimes 1, depends on the game, but you can definitely expect to see lots of reviews from us because we love doing this stuff, and there are some mighty fine games that we are uncovering.
That's right. Anyways, guys, we hope you have yourselves a terrific day.
Alright, thanks for joining, thanks for watching.
And Project Dismissed. See you guys later. Peach out.
Each out. Yeah.